Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-ear match against AsuRob. He's the Allied commander and for me it is the Empire of Japan. Scenario 50, mod game, and game version 26B. Yesterday was a double-edged outcome for me. The victory in the Indian Ocean with my surface engagement fleet, but AsuRob was also able to score 4 or 5 bomb hits on my carriers. Luckily none was critical, but still I had casualties. So now I try to unload more equipment at Nadi first. So far so fine. And I failed to take out this cargo ship. It was a bigger one. Pity. Sweeping the mind of Singapore. The fall of Singapore was fast and successful without really too much damage to the industry. That was real win for me. More night bombardments against Mersing, but still no hit. And second attempt to score, or attack this convoy, intercepted by enemy escort destroyer. Good, more bombardment, more units, unloading. I need Nadi and I must push the allies out of Suva as soon as possible before this is a stalemate. So now all the mines are gone. Port of Singapore is open. And here are 2 destroyers left from yesterday, and this is maybe Congo hunting down this group. Yeah, it's a battlecruiser Congo. And I get additional hits on King. Kimberly is more or less, I think, the escort for the King. So that must be... I think this is an American destroyer and this is a British destroyer. You can see already on the shape the difference of how they are built. And King is not good in though. Yeah. King have already damage against the engines. And a clear fast victory. Would be nice also to destroy here the British destroyer. They are simply much more dangerous for my submarines. At least I was able to destroy the raider just now. And additional hit. Okay. 1 hit on Congo. And a light surface damage hit against my destroyer. But this was an engine hit. Hopefully this will help me to score more hits now. Yeah. But every destroyer also has now 1 hit. So Kimberly is doing well in exchanging hits But one hit will simply not really create too much damage. And Congo is against this kind of shells immune. Okay. Nearly out of range. Last shells. And one critical hit. In the last moment I can score the critical hit on Kimberly. Now heavy fires, heavy damage, so very likely will go down. Oh, immediately the next encounter. So taking out the enemy guns. Two more hits. I guess this is now enough. All the main batteries are maybe already destroyed. So not sure if the Kimberly have any 4.7-inch guns left. But now it's very similar to Destroyer King before. Too slow, cannot maneuver, cannot avoid the incoming shells. Every second shell is now a hit. And 6-inch secondary guns plus the main batteries will simply wipe out now the destroyer. So I guess this is done. So I got 2 more destroyers out of this enemy task force without really losing too much on my own. And this is this is Yamashiro, the hero of the last night. And this is Kingston, another British destroyer. Yeah, some hits on Yamashiro. Eight-inch shell hit. .5 inch or 14 centimeter. Enemy torpedo launcher is destroyed. And now they're trying to escape. A little too late, maybe. Yeah, too many holes, too much water, too slow. Ship is going down. But still 4 hits on my battleship, but maybe 4 system damage. And now I also catch the enemy escaping carrier, Charlotte. It was a surprise that the carrier survived the night and last day. But I think there was already one torpedo hit and 2 or 3 main shells. Kipling is escorting the carrier. So the carrier is heavily armed, more or less. This is a, I don't know if you want to call it a protected carrier, like the British built them. And with 9 6-inch guns, there is firepower. But it's of course simply too little against an enemy battleship or cruiser formation. So, 2 destroyers, and now finally also the carriers going down. But that is nothing additionally. It was only now confirmed that the carrier is dead. Still, this is really only a carrier for maybe similar to Hermes. I think the air group is very small, 28, 25, something like this. And Kipling is maybe escaping. Yeah. Good. That's okay. One ship must always escape and tell the story how successful and brave the Japanese was. Good. Enemy cargo ship get a torpedo, but this is a smaller, so not heavy damage, only heavy fire. Out of Rangoon, more airstrikes, more experience for the British Air Force. The B-17s striking for Bangkok again, but long range, not enough bomb load. And I make here a Navy strike. Yesterday my carriers more or less refused to fly, whatever happened. And these are maybe cargo ships still from Dutch East Indies loaded with fuel. So I bombed them all. But they're all cargo ships and maybe with supplies or fuel, but not with manpower. Still, all 4 ships will go down with heavy fires and heavy damage. Or they're trapped, at least in Darwin port, if they survive this. Killing some long-range Hudson search aircraft is always good. Less search, less detection on my task forces in the future, at least in the near future. In the long run, of course, there are more and more catalysts. Some Chinese bombers trying their best to slow down my advance. somewhere on the map, ships are sinking. And victory again against the Chinese, forcing this enemy unit off the highway, always good. And my armored cars trying their best to defeat the Chinese here north. Also a highway block. This is a street to Xi'an. The Chinese are still too strong that I cannot take them on. The other Chinese unit come back out of the mountains and block now my supply lines to Xi'an. So I have also to take care of this. This Filipino division is no more, but there was not really anything left. And I try to take Nadi. I think these are now only the Navy Guard guys. And looks good. I guess tomorrow I will take the base. And I also can force the Dutch out of the base. And now they are all retreating to Kuching. Well, one more base to take. And the New Zealand platoons and army units are looking here very weak now. So I have more than 10 times the raw attack power. So I would say tomorrow I can take Nadi. And then I can get my aircraft locally there to run local cap. Only for the possibility that maybe Allied reinforcements will show up and maybe even carriers or something like this. But this is the future. First air losses are light today for both. I killed these two Hudsons and nothing else really. I lost no pilot. Last turn I had to scuttle this one torpedo boat. This was impossible to save, so I scuttled it and it sunk. I don't know, sunk or scuttled. I think it's scuttled, but for some reason it's called destroyed. Anyway, this was a torpedo boat. Was I think 90% fire or something like this. So the carrier is now for sure dead, and now you can also see here the equipment. So it has a capacity of 24 aircraft, but I think no torpedoes maybe. So it is really more or less like to give air cover, not much more. It is well protected with 135mm armor belt and deck. So the protection is good. And the firepower of 3 triple guns with each 6-inch is also not bad. Plus a ton of 5-inch secondary guns. So a good ship. Why it's here on its own, I don't know. Maybe it's simply to give air cover. But the ship is lost, but there was no destroyed aircraft. So maybe it was empty. Who knows? And the rest of okay, maybe the other ships are smaller fish. I mean Kingston, Kimberley. I don't know if both go down, but these are better destroyers. You can see value of 7, and they've already radar and they're good anti-submarine equipment. The King is a standard Clemson class destroyer. Nothing really so important. There was also no real battle in China today. Only trying to open the supply lines and control the highways and rails. Singapore was able to clear all the mines. And here at Ceylon I finished nearly every enemy ship. So there's one destroyer escaping, but I'm not so sure if I really want to stay here much longer and close to Colombo. That is really risky. I better try to run. And this is the destroyer I left alone simply because I had not much hope that this destroyer will survive, and maybe I will scuttle this ship. And this is Carguero class destroyer. Normally good. I mean, this is more or less the best destroyer I can build, at least now. But the fire and the system damage is over 50, so it was nearly impossible to get it under control. So this ship will maybe be lost. Good. And I don't know. Yamashiro got additional hits, but yeah, I'm totally out of shells. Really time to leave here now. Good. At the same time, first maybe Darwin. Darwin looks fine. I finish here my search and destroy mission. I lured out a lot of aircraft to get rid of them, though there's no enemy Navy strike missions in the future. I also killed some cargo ships at the port of Darwin. There are more in the port, but I don't want to waste my aircraft to attack here the port facility. Maybe there's still a lot of firepower. And here are maybe some more ships. But I prepared everything to start the invasion of Darwin. Fiji looks, no airstrike today, but there are still a lot of bombers, but not many escort fighters. So I will maybe unload, I finish the unloading, so I could now leave the hex and return to base and fix the system damage at least. And then I will march on Suva and see how strong is the enemy defense there. But what I need is here normally aviation support. They're still coming down here the road. So I walked down all my air HQ stuff and others from Comac down to Nomaya to create here my airfield, because up to now I run here fighters without any aviation support, so every day roughly one airplane will be out of order and stand down. Good. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.